नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. Hare Krishna everyone, welcome back. We are discussing this amazing shloka number 20, which is coming in chapter 4, Jnana Yoga of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We have already described or discussed rather the very first line, Tyaktva karma phala sangam, as an attribute of he who is performing a karma. And now let's dive further. Nitya Trupto. So this is another attribute of a devotee. Nitya Trupto. Trupta, he is satisfied. Nitya Trupto, he is always satisfied. How come this devotee is always satisfied? Because he has no material desires. People who have a lot of material desires to gratify their senses can never be satisfied. I personally have seen so many people, they have plenty, but there is no sense of gratitude, there is no sense of contentment. There's so much of, anxiety, there's stress, there's worry, there's always wanting for something else. So this discontentment is a result of high expectations, material expectations. But on the contrary, a devotee here is a Nitya Trupto, he is always satisfied. Because nothing is his. He has no material desire for his own sake. So there is a clear, directly proportion. More expectations, more material desires, no contentment. Less material desires or no material desires, fully contented. So this is yet another attribute of a devotee. And then moving forward, what is the third attribute? Nirashrayaha. So ashraya means shelter, nirashraya means no shelter. But here we should not understand no shelter means it's not like devotee doesn't have a home to stay or he doesn't have a proper place to reside. It is not that kind of nirashraya. But nirashraya means the devotee does not take shelter in his own grandiose plans to fulfill his material desires. He does not take shelter in his own, if I do this, then I will be secure, or if I'm in certain place, I will be secure, if I'm in a certain job, I will be secure, if my salary hits a 6-figure mark, then I will be secure. He is not taking security in all these things. So, Nirashrayaha means the devotee who does not consider that... how should I put it? He does not take shelter or he does not give importance as, all these material things will give me security. He does not consider that. So that is Nirashrayaha. Then third one, Karmanyabhipravrittopi. Karmanyabhipravrittopi. What does that mean? He performs no fruitive action. Key thing, fruitive. He does perform a lot of action. Prabhupada was always busy. He was busy than, most of the other people. Even 20, 30-year-olds, most of his disciples were so young and they could not keep up with him. He was always so active. He hardly slept. But he was not doing fruitive action. That's the thing. So why is it important not to perform fruitive action? There is this very wonderful story which clearly sends the message across in one of the great kings called King Nrimi. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. N-R-I-M-I. Nrimi. So this king was very charitably disposed. He was a Raja Rishi. And what did he do all the time? Early morning when he woke up, thousands of cows he would give in charity to Brahmanas. And that too, what kind of cows? Their horns are gold plated, their hooves are silver plated, and they have a silk cloth covering. And this is the type of cows, these are the type of cows that he would give in charity to Brahmana. So one fine morning, he gave thousands of cows in charity to one Brahmana, and he took them, he went home. But somehow, without the knowledge of this king, One of the cows that was already given in charity to this Brahmana had come back and joined the herd of cows of King Rimi, and King Rimi was totally unaware of this. And this is a daily activity of his. So the very next day, again, he called another Brahmana and he gave thousands of cows in charity. So this cow, which had joined the herd of the cows, it went to the second Brahmana. And somehow that first Brahmana, he realized exactly which cow that was missing, and he came to King Rimi and he said, "This is not fair what you did." King Rimi said, "What are you talking about?" And Brahmana said, "You have already given this cow to me in charity, but it has come back to you. So give that cow back to me." Because for a Brahmana, anything that's gone in charity can never be taken back. And a Brahmana is satisfied with whatever he gets. And even he doesn't return it back. The dana, whatever he got, he keeps. So Brahmana said, "You please return that cow to me." And King Rimi had people looking for that cow, and that cow, of course, it's gone to the second Brahmana now. So Rimi went to the second Brahmana, is pleading him, "Please give that back so I can give it to him." And this Brahmana is telling, "You've already given it to me, I can't give, he's also a Brahmana." And he said, "Please give that one cow back, I will give you 1 lakh cows in return." The Brahmana said, "I'm not greedy, I don't want 1 lakh cows more, but this is, a flaw on your part, you should have taken care. So I can't give the cow back." And the first Brahmana was dissatisfied as a result of this. And because of this one act, where he dissatisfied Brahmana, when he goes to Yamaraj, the Lord of Death, when death knocks on its door, we will see what will happen as a result of this. Because this is all fruitive action. There's punya, there is papa, and everything has its reaction. So tomorrow, in the next episode, when we come back, we will get to know, as a result of this one flaw on the part of King Rimi, what exactly happens to him and how that curse turns into a blessing, and all this and more coming up in the next episode. Take care. Hare Krishna.